You can come to sit on your mat. Your knees can be out wide, or if you want to sit with your legs long out in front of you, feel free to do whatever is most comfortable for you on your back and for your hips and your knees. You can bring your hands to your knees or they can rest in your lap. We're first just going to center our mind and our breath. Your eyes can come to close. And just bring attention to your jaw. See if you can relax your jaw. And start to bring some awareness to your breath. Noticing each inhale and exhale. Maybe noticing your neck and your shoulders. Notice if they're tense. See if you can relax them down on your exhales. Bring awareness to your hip bones grounding into the mat. And then we'll start to deepen the breath a little bit here. So each inhale through your nose, filling up the lungs from top to bottom. And then exhale, open your mouth, sigh out. Good. Inhale, fill up the lungs. And then exhale out the mouth. Good. On your next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, really scrunching them up. Fill up the lungs first. And then exhale, really being mindful of sending your shoulders away from your ears, really relaxing them all the way down. We'll take that a few more times. Inhale, bring your shoulders up. And exhale, shoulder blades down your back. We'll take that a few more times. Good. Bring your palms to the back of your neck and just start to give yourself a little massage, reaching back towards the back of the shoulders, maybe holding a spot, pressing down in any area that you feel tension. Bring some love to muscles that hold your head up all day long. Good. You can move it towards more of your neck now, really smoothing out each muscle. Maybe moving to the front of the neck. Good. And then when you're ready, you can start to make some circles with your neck. Bring your chin towards your chest. Start to just rock back and forth. Maybe holding in a spot where you kind of feel like it needs a little more love. Good. Next time you come back to neutral, bring your right fingertips down towards the mat. You're going to reach towards the ground. Your left hand's going to come reach overhead. You're kind of cupping your head with your arm. And then slowly start to bring your ear away from your shoulder. Keep the spine stacked on top of each other. So see if you can sit up nice and straight. Good. You should feel a good stretch on the side of your neck. Focus here for a few breaths. Good. Slowly bring your head back to center. We'll take that on the other side. So left fingertips come down to your mat. Reach them out and down. Right hand cups your head and then brings the ear away from the shoulder. When you really reach towards the ground, you wake up that whole side line of your upper extremity. So you might feel it all the way down into your forearm. Take a few breaths here. Good, let's come back to center. Bring your knees in toward your chest. And then start to rock and roll up the length of your mat. Building some momentum, massaging out the back. Kind of just playing around with your body. Good, and then when you're ready, cross your ankles, come over to your knees. We're gonna just jump right into child's pose here. So send your hips to your heels. Your arms are gonna extend long out in front of you. Your knees can come wide or they can stay narrow. So whatever you're feeling today. And then see if you can let your head rest on the mat. And then start to connect back to your breath. Couple of options here to play around with. You can bring your palms to touch at the top of your mat. With your head hanging heavy towards the mat, bring your palms to the base of your neck. Stretching out the triceps. Another option for you would be bringing your hands interlaced behind your back and just letting your head rest. But start to deepen your breath here. Slowing it down, taking an inhale through the nose. See if you can hold it for a few moments, not minutes, at the top of your breath. And then exhale, open your mouth and sigh out. Keep breathing like that for a few breaths. The slowing and deepening of the breath really starts to soothe your nervous system, calming down your mind. See if you can make your breath audible. So take one more deep inhale here. Really expand the rib cage, filling up the lungs. And then exhale, bring your ribs back to center, bringing your belly button in and up. Good. Come on up to your tabletop position, letting your inhale take you up. And then extend your right toes back behind you. Kind of take that stretch here. Pressing in through the heel as you send your heel to the back of the room. Stretching out the calf. Good, and then extend your left fingertips out in front of you. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Lift those right toes off of the mat until you come into this long line from front to back, holding it here. And then see if you can engage your core here, lifting your belly button up and in. Good, hold it here for a few more breaths. Really expand here. See if you can energize that back leg. Good, take an inhale here. Exhale, knee to elbow, pull it in. Good, take 3 more of those. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, coming back to center, knee to elbow. Good, inhale one more time. And then exhale, coming to center. Place your hand and knee back to the mat. We'll do that on the other side. So left toes long, maybe pressing back into that heel. Keeping your foot on the ground here to stretch out that calf muscle in the back. Good, rock it back and forth just a few times. And then come back to center, neutral spine. Right fingertips reach out in front. Left toes come off the mat. Holding it here for 5 breaths. See if each time you exhale, you can engage your core, pushing all the air out. Go one more inhale here. And then exhale, knee to elbow, pull it in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good, 2 more here. Inhale, expand. Exhale, comes back to center. Last time, inhale, deep inhale here. And then exhale, knee to elbow first. And then place your hand and knee back on the mat. We're gonna tuck the toes underneath in the back. Lift your knees off the mat. See if you can hold it here. Strong shoulders, strong core. Good, take an inhale. And then exhale, reach your hips high, coming into your downward facing dog. Take some time here to pedal it out. Good, maybe you snake through the shoulders, moving from high plank back to down dog. Waking up the shoulder joint. Good, find your downward facing dog. Firm up your foundation. Spread your fingertips wide. Press each knuckle into the ground. Really feel that there. Push yourself away. And then reach your heels down to the mat. Sending your hips high towards the ceiling. Almost finding a little tilt in the hips as they reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, the right toes will go long. 3-legged dog. Good. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop that back knee, untuck your toes, hook your thumbs and rise. Deep stretch in the left hip flexor. Good. Exhale, hands to the mat. And step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, circle the arms. And then exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, take up space as you circle arms overhead. And then exhale, brings you down to your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back to a high plank pose. Drop your knees and untuck your toes. Exhale as you slowly lower, sending your elbows back, but keeping them in towards your side. Good, inhale, shine your chest forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your back toes, send your hips high for downward facing dog. Good, we'll take that on the other side. So left toes go long, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes and rise. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the hands. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, circling the arms overhead. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, reach out and then up. Looking up at the top. And then exhale, hands through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your feet back. We'll move through our chaturanga flow again. So you can keep the knees lifted this time, or you can drop them, but keeping your elbows at your side as you slowly lower on your exhale. Inhale, shine the chest forward. Exhale, push yourself back up to downward facing dog. Good, one more time on each side. Inhale, right toes long. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee. Hook your thumbs and rise. This time, We're opening the arms for cactus. You're gonna stay looking forward. I just wanted to show you my arms. So making 90-degree angles with your elbows, shine your chest forward, chest opener here. Good, inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, just swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping your feet back to move through your chaturanga flow. Option to make this yours. Slowly lower on your exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, push yourself back up to downward facing dog. Good, inhale, the left toes long. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. On your inhale, it brings you up, arms overhead. And then exhale, cactus arms out to the side. Good, take another deep breath here. Exhale, sinks you a little lower. Good, inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, circling the arms overhead. And then exhale, melt back down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step both feet back and move through your flow. Option to always just meet us in downward facing dog if you want to skip the chaturanga flow. Good, pedal it out here for just a few breaths, catching our breath back up to our body. Good, take a deep inhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward, coming to stand, feet together at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, circling arms overhead. We're coming to stand at the top of our mat. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, keeping your hips together. We're going to try and push them out to the side. So coming into a half moon side body stretch. Reaching your left hips to the side. And then grabbing your left arm and bringing it over. Try to see if you can keep your top shoulder open so that your chest is not facing down towards the ground. Good, inhale, come back up to center. Taking that on the other side. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. And then stretch over to the left, reaching your right hips to the side of the room. Take a deep breath here. Then exhale, come back to center. Forward fold. Good. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. You can even widen them a little bit more if you need to. We're going to be moving into a forward fold twist. So bring your left hand down to the mat, deep bend in your left knee. So same hand, same knee bent. And then reach your right fingertips high, keeping your right leg as straight as you possibly can, just enough to feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. And then open your chest to the side. Good, take a deep breath here. And then exhale, coming back to center. We'll take that on the other side. Right fingertips down to the center of your mat. Deep bend in the right knee. Lift your left fingertips high. Feeling a stretch in the left leg, from the hip all the way to the ankle. Maybe looking up towards your top hand. Good, take an inhale here. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Feet can stay where they're at. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, ragdoll pose. Let your head hang heavy. Option to keep a micro bend in the knees. Really see if you can create that space in each vertebrae, letting the crown of your head reach towards the ground. Good. On your next inhale, bring both feet to touch at the top of your mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send your hips low. We're coming into our chair pose. Arms will come high. Good. Find your foundation here. Really feel your weight in the balls and the heel of your foot. See if you can lift your toes up off the mat. Good. And then looking down at your knees, make sure that they're in line with one another, keeping your pelvis aligned. Good. On your next inhale, reach your right toes off the mat. So you're coming into a single leg chair pose. And then send your right toes back behind you as you step into crescent lunge. Good. Hold it here. So your back heel is lifted off of the mat. Your back knee stays up towards the ceiling. A really straight back leg. And then you can sink your hips just a little bit lower. Both hips are facing forward. Good. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, opening up for warrior two. Swivel that back heel down. Opening up to the right side. Good. Maybe you need to step out just a little bit so that you can get that really deep bend in the front knee. Good. Reach hands to both sides of the room. And drop your shoulders away from your ears. Looking out over your front fingertips. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left fingertips are coming high. Exhale, bring your left forearm to left thigh. Reach your right fingertips high. Side angle pose. See if you can pull those ribs away from your thigh so that you're not kind of sinking in. Really make this active. Good. Inhale, you're coming back up to center. Straighten both legs. Base both feet forward. So you're facing the side of your mat. And then bring your hands interlace behind your fingers, behind your hips, sorry. And then when you're ready, we'll bend at the hips, hinging down to come into our forward fold. Your hands can stay interlaced at the top. If you want a shoulder opener, chest opener, send your fingertips towards the front. And then when you're ready, your hands can come down to the mat. Option to play around here, bending into both knees. Good. Let's start to walk our hands back to the front foot. Bring both feet to face forward. Low lunge here. Frame your front foot. And then step your foot back to downward facing dog. Good. Slowly start to walk yourself back up to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Doing this all on the other side. Exhale, send your hips low. Arms will come high for chair pose. Good. Find your foundation first. See if you can keep your chest lifted. And then inhale, send your left toes off the mat. Reach them back behind you first. And then place them down for crescent lunge. Back knee stays straight. The heel is reaching towards the back of the room. And then deep bend in the front knee. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, swivel the back heel down, open up for warrior two. Reach hands out to both sides. Look over your front fingertips. Keep your vertebrae stacked on top of each other so the crown of your head is reaching up. Good. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, Your right forearm comes down your right thigh. Reach your left fingertips high towards the ceiling. Good. Maybe rotating your ribs forward, coming out of that thigh area. Inhale, come back up to center. 5-pointed star. Good, baby back bend here. Shine your chest forward. And then hinge your hips down. Option to play around here for just a few breaths. Doing whatever feels good in your body at this time. Good. Slowly start to rotate your body back to the top of the mat. Deep lunge first. Frame your front foot and step your right toes back for a high plank. Option to move through your flow or go to downward facing dog, meeting us there. Good. We're going to be moving now into playing around with our balance a little bit. So you can start to slowly walk your hands up to your, sorry, I keep calling my feet my hands. Walk your feet up to your hands. Meet at the top of your mat. Feet come together. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, reach your arms overhead. Your right foot's going to come with it. Bring your knee up towards your chest. So you're coming into single-legged Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Option to wrap your arms around that right shin. Maybe bring it in just a little bit. Tight squeeze. Good. And then bring your arms overhead again. Keeping the right foot off the mat, send your right foot back behind you, coming into warrior three. Your hands can come to your heart. They can come to the back, reaching towards your foot. They can come out in front of you. Take whatever variation suits you. But hold it here, and then send your right toes back behind you, coming into crescent lunge. Your hands come overhead. Good. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Right fingertips touch the mat, and your left fingertips are going to come high, coming into a low lunge twist. Good. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Step your left toes back. Option to move through your flow. Good. Doing that on the other side. Walk your feet up to your hands. Meeting at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, circling the arms overhead. Bringing your left foot with you. Good. Option to wrap your arms around your shin. Pulling that up towards your shoulder. Good. Hands come back overhead. Really find your foundation in the standing foot here. And then send your left toes back behind you. Warrior three on the other side. Good. Embrace the wobbles. If you fall out of it, just come right back in. Good. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, left toes down to the mat, crescent lunge. Awesome work, everyone. Exhale, hands through to heart center, coming all the way down, frame your front foot. This time, left fingertips come to the mat, right fingertips reach high. Really engage that back leg, lifting the back of the knee towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, hands down to the mat, frame your front foot. Right toes step back. Option to move through your flow. Good, meet us in downward facing dog. Send your knees to your mat. Option to take a drink of water if you need one. Meet us in child's pose. When you're ready, we'll take a few clearing breaths there. Good. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, side out, open mouth. Take one more here. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, side out. Good. Slowly start to walk yourself back up to a tabletop position. We're going to come onto our backs today, so however you want to get there. Good. We'll take some diaphragmatic breathing really quick here, so you can find your way onto your back. And then sending your soles out to the sides of your mat. Your knees can come to rest in on each other. Then bring one hand to your belly, and the other one to your heart. And then first just notice how you're breathing here. Maybe noticing how it changed from the start of class. Maybe you feel your heart beating just a little bit faster. Good. And then on your next inhale, notice which hand moves more than the other. And then exhale, side out. This time on your inhale, see if you can fill up your belly so your bottom hand expands. And then exhale, side out. Good job. Inhale through the nose. Expand the ribs, expand the belly. Exhale out the mouth, letting it all go. Take a few more breaths here at your own pace. Connecting your mind back to maybe an intention or a reason that you came to yoga today. Breathing in all the positivity and goodness. And letting go of anything negative that will not benefit you this time. Good. Let's bring both knees back in towards our chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze here. Maybe rocking from side to side. Good. Hold on to your right knee. Send your left toes long out in front of you. So keeping one knee in towards your armpit. Really pull it up in there. And then on your exhale, guide your right knee over your left side body. Sending your right fingertips long out to a T. Supine spinal twist here. Option to allow your gaze to fall over the right shoulder, deepening the twist. Twisting poses are really beneficial for the body because they basically are a massage for your visceral and internal organs. When you twist them and provide that motion, you're able to improve circulation to that area. Good. Slowly start to bring that knee back towards center. Maybe guiding it with your left hand. Bring your left knee in toward your chest. We're going to take that on the other side. Right toes go long. Give your left knee a quick squeeze before you send it over your right side body. Left arm can come out to a T, maybe following with your gaze. Notice any differences in the two sides. Notice it without judgment. Good. Inhale brings you back up to center. An option to take happy baby here. Grabbing your two big toes. Maybe you want to play around with grabbing one at a time and extending your other leg long. Play around here and do something that feels good to your body. Maybe rocking from side to side. Awesome. Bring both legs to touch. Bring your feet up towards the ceiling, legs up the wall pose. See if you can hold it here for a couple of breaths, letting the blood flow freely back to your body. Maybe wiggling out the toes and rotating the ankles. Good, and then when you're ready, your feet can come down to the ground. You can set up for your final resting pose. You have some time here to take any other poses that I might not have brought you through. Maybe you want to turn down the lights in the room that you're in. Maybe you want to find a blanket or a pillow to put under your knees. Something to make this last few minutes of class truly restful. Give yourself this time because you really deserve it. Your eyes closed. Your hands can come out to your sides. Your legs long out in front of you. Feel the weight of your head resting on the mat. Fully relaxed. Our words and our actions tend to follow our mind. So when our mind is more aware, more relaxed, the things that we do will follow in suit. Having this time at the end of class can be difficult for some people. It's important for you to be patient with yourself as you try to figure out all of the things that life throws at you. You can definitely stay here for as long as you want and as long as your schedule lets you. But if you're ready to move on with your day, you can start to wake up the toes and the fingers. Wiggling them, moving them around. Good, and then bring your arms overhead for a long body stretch. Letting all of the goodness that we just brought to our bodies really expand here. Feeling a stretch from the fingertips all the way to the toes. Good, and then bring your knees back in towards your chest. And then roll off onto one side or the other. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Good, and then slowly start to push yourself back up to a seated position. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Your hands can come to your knees. They can come to touch in front of your heart. Option to close the eyes. Bring in a wave of gratitude for being able to meet today and practice yoga. Being able to relax our body and our minds. Move on with the rest of our day and our week. Thanks for joining me today online for your virtual yoga. Namaste.